Why do so many people fail with their New Year's resolutions? What are the mistakes we make that set us for a sure failure? I'll share with you the main mistakes that we make, and I'll also tell you what are the things you should be considered so that instead of looking at your list in a year and seeing all the things you haven't accomplished, you'll be proud of yourself for ticking off every single item. I also have a surprise for you, so make sure you watch this video till the end. Hi, my name is Magda and welcome to the last episode of Psychology for Marketers in 2014. So it's a very special episode. Thank you for being with me all this year. So today I want to talk to you about why we don't succeed with our New Year's resolutions. I wouldn't tell you not to do those because I think that's a mistake too. It's just the way we've been approaching it. There's a certain way we simply got used to set our New Year resolution goals, but unfortunately they're not really key to success. If anything, they're actually the reasons why you don't achieve what you want to achieve. So among all those reasons, I identified 6 for you that are the main mistakes that we make. The first one is that we have a tendency to set the goals that we should achieve, not the ones that we want to achieve. See, if your boss asks you to do something that you're really not passionate about, how do you feel? Like, can you not see the time to start working on it? It's the same with your goals, only that here you didn't have a boss to force you to do it, so you're really not going to achieve it. Instead, you want to set the goals that you really want for yourself. So see, a great example is weight loss. Don't we all put, I want to lose weight and exercise more as our New Year resolution? Well, the thing is that very often you actually don't want that. You might want to look better, but you don't want to lose weight. Let's say you don't want to eat healthier because you enjoy food. You put it there because that's what society kind of expects you to, right? You're meant to look skinny, so that's what you put on your list. But if you truly don't want that, you're just not going to achieve it. The second mistake we do is that we kind of have a tendency to stick to those big items we want to achieve, and then every year we put the same items on. So here's the rule for you. If there is an item that's been on your New Year's resolution list for more than 2 years, stop adding it again. You know the saying, doing the same thing all over again and expecting different results is? It's the same here. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't want it or that you're not going to achieve it, but stop putting it on your list because it only causes you stress and anxiety. For whatever reason, you haven't achieved it. So stop putting this pressure on yourself that you have to, and yes, this year is going to be the year when you do it. The third mistake we do is that we set goals that are not enough challenging for us or that are too difficult. See, when you set goals, you need to find this perfect spot in between. You need goals that challenge you enough so that you have this drive and motivation to achieve them, but they also shouldn't be too easy because when they're too easy, you just get too lazy. For the New Year's resolution, actually what I've been observing most is setting the goals that are too big and that you don't believe you can achieve. And if you don't believe you can achieve them, you're not going to. Another mistake that people do is that we solely rely on our willpower to achieve those goals. But see, willpower, it's like a muscle. If you overtrain it, overuse it, it just fails. In fact, willpower, it's the strongest in the morning. But just few hours after that, it's drained and you cannot rely on it. And if you ever try dieting, you know exactly what I mean. You have very healthy breakfast, you stick to your goals and your diet, but by the end of the day, it's not so easy. So if you solely rely on the willpower to achieve your goals for the new year, I can guarantee you, you're going to fail. Yet another mistake is that we tend to put too many things on our list. And I'm guilty of that. My to-do list, it's like a whole one-pager. But that, again, causes you anxiety and stress because you're so obsessed about this long list. It's so overwhelming that you start thinking about, oh my God, I have to do all those things, rather than actually doing them. And finally, number 6. The mistake we make when setting the goals for the new year is that we don't set them for ourselves, we set them for others. What I mean by this is that they're driven by our ego. We want people to see, oh, I have this huge goal and I'm going to achieve it. So you kind of do it to get respect from people, have people like you more, appreciate you more, but you don't really do it for yourself. That kind of goes back to number one, setting goals that you should achieve rather than you want to achieve. So really think of the things you want for yourself. What is going to make you happy and not necessarily bring you respect and attention from other people. So these are the main 6 mistakes that I've seen people and myself do when creating the list of New Year's resolutions. So what should you do instead? If that doesn't work, what works? I have 4 tips for you for this. The very first thing you want to do, it's even before you sit down to create your list, it's to look at the last year and really appreciate and notice all the things you accomplished, that you achieved, and how you've grown. See, like we said before, you need to find this perfect balance for your goals. Not too challenging, but also not too easy. If you look back and you understand how much you've grown and how much you've achieved, it actually puts you in the right state of mind to understand what kind of goals you should be setting for yourself for the next year. And it also reminds you just how capable you are, and it gives you this necessary drive and self-motivation to achieve your goals. Second way to correctly set New Year's resolution is to limit the list. So you do not want to have a whole page of things to do. You want to limit to 5 items. Just create top 5 for your year. It doesn't mean you won't be achieving more, that you won't be doing more. You will. But as a reference, as your checklist for the year after, when you want to see how much you've accomplished, whether you're successful, you just want to limit it to the main points. That allows you to tick them off easily and let go of all this unnecessary stress of having to do so much. Third thing to keep in mind when setting any goals for yourself, it's really understanding how habits work. Now, you might not know it, but there's actually certain psychology to habits. So every habit has 3 components, and you need to identify all 3 to be able to either change your habit or create a new one. So it's really necessary knowledge for you to have if you want to change anything in your life. And we actually covered this some time ago on Psychology for Marketers. So I'm giving you the link to this article below this video so you can go ahead and learn more about how habits work and how you can change them. And finally, the 4th tip, how to set your New Year's resolutions, is to link them to who you want to be, to your bigger vision that you have for your life and for yourself. So don't necessarily set the goals, oh, I want to have so much money. That's what I want to do. That's where I want to go. Rather, think of the kind of person you want to be. This way, you know that the goals that you're setting up for yourself are really aligned with what you want and who you are, and that will make you happy and not anybody else. Because why would you need anybody else to be happy as a result of your goals? You should really focus on yourself. And they also really help you grow and go deeper into what you want to do in your life, what kind of purpose in life you have, and then going always in line with it in your life. And as an additional tip, I wanted to share with you what I do. So like I told you, yes, I used to have this long to-do list, which wouldn't really work for me. And some time ago, I tried something different. So right now, every December 31st, what I do is that I create a list. It's a page split in 3 parts. So I have continue, start, and stop. So rather than writing just things I want to do, I actually split it into these 3 parts. So I first look at the things that I am already doing and that I want to continue. And it's really awesome to do because, first of all, it acknowledges already the awesome things that you're doing. So you don't look at your life as, oh, I have to change everything to be happy. You are already doing some amazing things in your life that you want to keep up. Secondly, it also reminds you of your progress. So that's a good thing to have to keep this internal drive and motivation. The second area is the things I want to start doing. So the things that I haven't been doing so far, but I want to introduce them to my life. And finally, things that I want to stop doing. It could be stop smoking, but it could also be stop worrying about money so much or about finding the next client. So anything that you know it's not serving you, you want to stop it. So this is where I put it on my list. And with the new year, 2015, I really wish you that everything you put on your list, it's going to happen in the next year. I have to also say that I'm so extremely thankful for having you. It's been an amazing ride for me. 2014 has been an amazing year, full of growth, new discoveries, and new successes, and you've been a very important part of this. So I'm very thankful and very grateful for having you and really for giving the meaning and reason to things that I do. So thank you so much for it, and I wish really all the best for you for the next year. And now I promised you a little gift, so here is the time for it. So see, the person I am today and the person I was 4 years ago, it's like two different people. I didn't understand certain things in the past, so I would often be unhappy. I wouldn't be in control of how I felt or what was happening in my life. But that really has dramatically changed when I moved to Asia. I met people, I started studying things that were totally new to me, but that really changed how I look at life and how I experience life. And because I've had so many people write to me and asking me, how do you do it? How do you manage to travel so much? How do you manage your money? I mean, you do all the things, but how? And, frankly, I didn't really know how. So I decided to sit down and really understand, what am I doing different in my life that allows me to enjoy it so much and allows me to have, be happy for no reason. Because in the past, I would be happy, let's say, if I lost a bit of weight and I looked good, or if I had a lot of money, or if I had a good job, or if I had a boyfriend. Right now, my happiness doesn't depend on any of those things. It's internal, it's not external. And this is why I am capable of achieving more. And so I really, sat down and thought of all those things that I'm doing, all of those changes in my mindset that happened recently, that allowed me to get to this point where I am now. And I put it all together in one place. And I created a little course which I simply call How to Dream Big and Make It Happen. Because you want to know how to dream big. You want to know how to have the courage to dream all of your dreams. But you also want to know how to achieve them. Because if you don't, you're just going to live in a constant state of anxiety for not living the life that you want. So I cover both these aspects. And I basically share all of the tips that I discovered, all of the exercises and ways to approach things that really allowed me to be where I am today. Now, this course normally costs a bit over $60, but for the new year, and because I really want you to achieve this, I have a 50% discount for you. So you're just paying $30 for it. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to convince you to buy anything if you don't feel that's for you. That's not my job right now. It's a gift. It's not me selling. However, if for a few months or even years, you've been feeling like there should be more to your life and you should be feeling better, then I can guarantee you, you're going to love it. So all you have to do to get your gift for 50% off is just click on the button below this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, it's the last video in this year. If you liked it, please like it, share it with your friends. And if it's just the first video you're watching and you would like to get more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to Psychology for Marketers. And this way you'll be getting videos like this every week, plus additional content and more gifts that I only keep for the subscribers of Psychology for Marketers. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you a Happy New Year!